Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Today, we're lacing up our boots and stepping right onto the pitch to explore the epic, century-long story of an absolute giant in world football, the Portugal national team. Whether you're a die-hard fanatic who literally bleeds red and green, or you're someone who kind of just tunes in for the massive summer tournaments, you're gonna love this. The story of this team, it's an absolute masterclass in resilience, dazzling skill, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. So let's dive right in and see exactly how a relatively small nation built such a towering footballing empire. Section 1. Establishment and Identity.
Think way back to 1914. That is the exact year the Portuguese Football Federation was officially founded. For well over a century now, they've been meticulously building their footballing infrastructure from the ground up. You see, they didn't just magically appear out of nowhere. This has been a slow, intense, generational burn. A journey that transformed them from, just regional contenders into the absolute modern European powerhouse we know today.
And all of that deep history, it is literally woven into the shirts on their backs. Their iconic red and green colors are drawn directly from the Portuguese national flag, while that instantly recognizable logo on their chest bears the Federation's cross, sitting right alongside these rich historical symbols of the country. So every single time these players step onto the grass, they aren't just representing a sports federation. No way. They are wearing the history and the immense pride of an entire nation. It's an incredibly powerful on-pitch aesthetic for sure. Moving on to Section 2, Fortresses Without a Home. Now, I want to pose a question directly to you. Where does the Portuguese team actually play? Really think about it for a second. England has the legendary Wembley Stadium, right? France has the Stade de France. But Portugal, well, they actually lack a single fixed national stadium. And for a team of their world-class caliber, that is incredibly rare. So how do they solve this unique little problem? Well, instead of having one dedicated national home, they actually rotate their matches across 3 absolute fortresses of domestic club football. We're talking the Estádio da Luz and Estádio José Alvalade down in the capital city of Lisbon, and the fiercely intimidating Estádio Dragão up north in Porto. By moving the national team around these truly iconic venues, they effectively take the team directly to the people. It basically turns the entire country into their home turf.
Section 3. The Path to Glory.
Across generations, Portuguese football has been world-renowned for immense, just breathtaking attacking talent and incredibly high technical skill. We are talking pure flair, creativity, and this uncanny ability to just make magic with the ball. But, as we all know, flair alone doesn't really win modern tournaments, does it? What makes Portugal an absolute nightmare for opponents to break down today is how they flawlessly blended that natural, free-flowing attacking rhythm with strict tactical discipline and immense defensive organization. Yet even with that perfect blend of skill and discipline, the really big, major trophies somehow eluded them for decades. That is, until this absolutely critical breakthrough year, 2016. Definitely make a note of this, because 2016 was the year their incredible attacking talent finally officially conquered Europe. Winning the 2016 UEFA European Championship lifted this massive, heavy psychological weight off the entire nation. They had finally climbed to the absolute summit of European football. And you know what? That 2016 victory essentially opened the floodgates. Since that first huge Euro win, they went on to capture the UEFA Nations League not just once, but twice. Add that to their consistently strong, really deep runs in both the World Cup and the Euros, and you've got a resume that definitively proves they are a modern juggernaut. All right, let's head into Section 4, Legends of Portuguese Football. The whole story of modern Portuguese dominance really traces back to what is universally known in the sport as their golden generation. This was a very specific, magical era where a huge influx of world-class stars all came through the ranks simultaneously, and they fundamentally changed the expectations for Portuguese football forever. They elevated the entire federation from a team that, well, could qualify for tournaments, to an elite status squad that was absolutely expected to win them. Now, obviously, we absolutely cannot talk about Portuguese legends without talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. The crucial takeaway here is that Portugal didn't just produce great players. They produced one of the absolute greatest in the history of the entire sport, period. His mind-boggling records, his longevity, and his relentless, almost superhuman drive have been the very engine of the national team for the better part of 2 decades. He's a true global icon who completely redefined what it actually meant to play for Portugal. Which brings us to Section 5, Martinez's current squad. As you can imagine, steering a ship with this much expectation and just immense talent is no easy job. That monumental task currently falls onto the shoulders of Roberto Martinez. As the manager, he is the head tactician responsible for blending the seasoned veteran presence of the older legends with all the explosive, raw energy of the new youth coming through the ranks today.
And man, what a roster he has to work with. On one side, you have the shadows of the classic legends, the Black Panther Eusebio, the majestic Luis Figo, the visionary Rui Costa, and the absolute defensive wall that is Pepe. On the other side, you have the current stars carrying the torch today, the creative brilliance of Bruno Fernandes, the electrifying pace of Rafael Leao, the defensive mastery of Ruben Diaz, and the elite shot-stopping ability of Diogo Costa. And brilliantly bridging the gap between these two very different eras are seasoned veterans like Cristiano Ronaldo and Bernardo Silva. They literally tie the historic DNA of the past directly to the massive ambitions of the present.
So with over a century of deep history, a profound legacy of immense attacking talent, and a modern tactical discipline that has already proven it can win the biggest European trophies, what heights will this current generation reach next? The foundation is firmly set, the talent is absolutely undeniable, and you better believe the world is watching. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer on the Portugal national team. Keep your eyes on the pitch, and I'll see you next time.